remember mwalimu na waimi alisa shuku kwa nombo kwa shuku we don't know where this young man came from because the police they had said no tatumkwete waimi badla ndio kwa bati waimi tabamkwete all of the sudden waimi had to resurrect. I don't know kwa fumene waimi ushe limbini AI uli omwaiche wa ripali
Wakalamba, I've been following like on the social media, like definitely I would go to the my page and UPND, Watchdog, all those guys, and then like even like people who are actually who are not actually supporting this and that. You can tell, they are trying to drive this narrative, I think Zambia is not to change the number nangu unangu chishto alate alikanatyo bali muipaya tabamuipe because one variant tabamkwete number look at all those guys abakalamba nangu yate akashambata from United Kingdom. I don't know if it's from America.
No.
They are posting on their pages that mulibabu fiba PF but they are trying to drive this narrative so that we wanted to believe that Ben Blazer wabu fi dili mtambo onali mtema uli sister uli ali mechiwa so tabale umfwa bwino mwamona so but therefore no kushita confused no take abantu fe muntu uli fe no more na ishibano how the situation is in one tabamwikete bali kana tabate bamwigete bali kana nomba chinshi lero bamusokolola because bali there is that kind of like from Zambian to our social media probably nangfumwana kuri this issue umukashana mibyale chito buchende mu America buchende ngaba posta pa social media eko amano yonse yalaisa God yonse aba God bostala ndeko ero bala bokwiba.
Now, Mr. King Falu, I want to get something from you, my brother, because I understand you're in Australia, but again, you're mwashikom toto muchalo chesu cha Zambian. That ichote nakachaka whether kutiwayo kuli konsena ngoni kuno kujupto kondi you can be in Jupiter but ngawashikom toto muchalo cha Zambia you always be a Zambian.
But there's no better place at home.
You die in the diaspora, you still come back.
Exactly.
There is no place like home, like you said it. Now, my brother, I would like to ask you this question. Would you be happy coming back to a home where there is no freedom of speech? Where...
Damn it.
Sorry?
Damn it.
Would you be happy to come back home where you find that the economy has been damaged completely? That's something maybe you but if abduction. There is no freedom of speech, but these are the things that had helped to win an election. Would you be happy to come back to a home where there are not all these things?
Not at all. I think nalala what sometimes if a child when you go to Rome, do what Romans do. So, like the situation, what is it in Zambia? For example, I don't want to talk about economy on techno terms. Just whatever they are saying that because we are doing better, the economy is doing better, and then they are talking about the GDP like going up to 6%. This is a total lie. Economy could understand the economy the pocket. For example, I live in Australia. I remember in 2020 about 2014. I remember that time that $100 yeah, Australian dollars, which was equivalent to 600 kwacha. Okay. Now, I think my economy it has been you don't say of course, I'm not going to kulanda to mlando kwati ba chanchani, but we are talking about when he promised us Zambians that inenga mwamvotera kuma tukoloko nishna tumula na menso kumulumu tukoloka pa tukoloko palia akaswa panchi palia nishi dola ya bwela ero ba myanga na paka no myangu swati fiala balance number after numbers sometimes like I'm actually trying to compare Australian dollars and the Zambian kwacha because I don't live in America, not USA or pound whatever. So now currently just fast forward about 14 1.4 and 1.48, so about 1,480 kwacha if you number one. Now look at this, the upper number nankane ya dollar kwacha, it gained a little bit of stability, but yabufi because they have pumped in mulupia mamon. But now 2 months about a year ago I was sending about 100 Australian dollars. Are you getting my point? And then when I'm gonna send baba fiashi balashta nankano ShopRite my groceries in 100 yala 1,500 yala what number after 2 months wakalamba the same $1 and $100 day bonfia, but balashta if you in the like 2 months ago, but if you could about grocery about 1.5,
that's true.
But it's still more. No, bara shitapali singa. Na watu mina ya ine one inanikani. Ya bara about 3,000 to 4,000. Are you getting my point?
Very much. Now, Mr. Kimfal, I would like to understand something, my brother, because if you remember the 10-point plan that Hakainde Hichilema and these people they have had come up with before they came into power, all of Hichile, Pamupando. Let me take care of the noise. Sorry, mother, please let me send you the request again. There was a noise that was coming from your microphone. Now we don't. Let me bring you back again. All right. So what it is that the 10-point plan, like I said before they came into power, of course, they had told the people what they were going to do. Now, you, the man who has seen it all from the time these people came into power, out of 10,
Wakalamba, out of 10, for me, I can rate him actually maybe 1.5 and 1.5. Now maybe I can say 1 because, for example, only on cadarism, I never liked like PF in terms of cadarism. I never liked it. Okay, because no kwali jombo as long as sometimes abantu mitu ntuve shimbi wala bumfya fe chibembo kula tukana, and then if you atulengere tukola ba PF balusa mamon, but otherwise I'm not on the ground but in terms of cadarism, but I know and I've got even some friends from UPND, very close friends. I know them. But
thank you so much.
In terms of cadarism, I think Takuri will to know you. I remember in 2018, I came to Zambia. PF Valisa and Jimmy by here. What in Jose Mourinho who in UEFA champion. But the goodness, Tabare Paya, Wala Kusoka Baku to Kaya, Mamon. nomba aba bantu abanyabashinka manyera aba bera nishikuya na kunshishi.
Of course, it's not a good thing. Of course, we saw people dying in the name of bringing order, but that's not the way things are done. Abantu bafire bakwata ensambo mkwai. Of course, twalishita mkwai soloberwe fya kubomfya abantu nga chako batabaletesha, and that is kwali bama amana nkila my equipment kulya ku kapokola etubomfya ba machine abo taturingire okwipa ya abantu kwali bama rubber bullets na fimbi fintum kwa ifya kubomfya lelo bali bomfya okwipa ya abantu kula ku mfumbwe bata ekintu kimo ikyakalipa sana ine ku mutima pamonga Blaze Zambia. Twamicherera mwebera ishmushina lukonde. Good morning koso komletu mfila. My name is Blaze Zambia. Of course we're going to be blazing together. I'm just happy that Abafiash, my father is listening. This is a father who is 90 years old. 90 years old. I'm about to go and get blessings from him. And after this program, I'm going to get the blessings from him. He said, my son, I want kukupala. I give you ndefo kupepelela nkupale amapalo. Thank you so much Abafiashi pako kwa tokola kutika kuli program yandi and epashili pako lika Abafiashi na alako atokuisa lesenga pala mkwai. Mkwai, I would like to say good morning to the panelists. Obo nshumfida amashu mkwai. Mama Ana mwashuken.
Blaze Zambia, good morning.
Good morning Baluka Shani Baluka Mansa.
Yes, tulifia wino daddy.
Mkwai bakalamba no mwaise nacho mfati mwachipitira ku platform kwa wrong.
Ma platform aba mushani na bwali aba bashide tondukanya bali shambrenge abo. So bale support afefya mungu lifitafikwe mano.
No, the topic is simple. I'll put it this way. The question is, do we still have democracy in our country? Is Zambia a democratic country? Is Zambia still a democratic country? Because looking at what has been happening, that's the reason why I've asked this question. And of course, the example is coming just from what have been put on Facebook by Akashambatwa. Nalakwato kumubebesha after abantu bonse nga batela ama views yakwe, then I'll bring his picture nala mupiata wino. Lero nipasondo mkwai balanjerela kofi Abafiashi bandi nabanandi nalakwato kumupyampyansha ko in a certain way. Mkwai. Mr. Luka, so is Zambia still a democratic country, sir?
I will say no, and I have reasons why I will say no.
Please go ahead.
Of this country. The democracy of this country is shrinking every day because we have a group of people who are spiritual than the other. Today, if I utter a word against a certain, you know what I mean, I will be arrested. But there are people that are using abusive language, are insulting a certain ethnic group. They cannot deal with them. And there are others who are saying they are cyber free and others who are not cyber free. That's where the problem is here in Zambia. And in Zambia now, as we are talking, my brother, abantu balekara no mwenso. Because even here on social media, they have the thing that we are calling cyber law. This cyber law just in order to reduce the voices of Zambian people, which is very bad and very disheartening. Zambia, we are getting lost with this UPND government. The best thing that we can do as Zambians is to unite and kick this government out of power next year. That's when we will liberate ourselves. But if we continue voting for this useless government, we are not heading anywhere. That's what I can say, Blaze Zambia. Zambian democracy is shrinking, and there is no democracy at all in this nation.
Right.
Thank you.
That is very true. It is shrinking bit by bit, and we don't want to continue with this kind of arrangement. Of course, we spoke day and night concerning the disappearance of why me, the little man, got abducted from Zimbabwe, and these are the things that we stood up and we spoke. I had no choice but to release a song looking at what was happening. People dying.